look at that arm. You noticed it then, you were
I
like,
did, I was like,
oh my god, my arm, it's swollen. Rightio. Okay, so I just thought I'd just film today. Today is a day of fun with Vic. So we're training push today, and then we're going to be going to Strom, visit Strom, probably get a coffee on the way, and I'm getting my bloods done today, so I'll speak a little bit about that, and I'm also getting some treatment so I'm not a cripple. So that will be very fun, but as of now, enjoy this push session.
You can't do 10k for a sweet, then I don't wanna hear no chat about numbers. You man are my youngers, all blacked out like grungers. 10s and 20s and 100s, 10s and 20s and thousands. I can't ever just loud them. On Mount Everest shouting, soon go back to the mountains. Third album, nigga, I blessed the beat with smoke. And my day one bros, they kept me close. Then I sit my technique, take a tour. They're trying to get me on the ropes. I bro got especially in this cold. So please man, let's just be adults. And don't be flexing in my boat. Nigga, you can't test me, I'm the GOAT. Rolex collections looking dope. I got the Pepsi and the Hope. And I ain't flexing on you niggas, cause I'll still be sexy if I'm broke. Wait there, and I was made to win, like I'm designed to blow. We're doing major things, but it's a minor though. I used to pay for things, but that was time ago. When now I hit you niggas with the wider flow, it's like bad 'em up, bad 'em up, bad 'em up once. Never could you take me for a dance. Been on the scene for 100 months. All I met is bare cunts. Take man for lunch, either you get punch. Pick one boy from your bunch, tell man jump. Oh well, you didn't wanna jump well. Oh well, look now you're slumped, little nigga, I swear. Little nigga, I swear. Get out my lane, get out my lane. North and east and west stop hot, but the south's on flames. This year I'ma be a household name. I grew up in a house of pain. I don't do it for the clout or fame. All the real niggas gonna vouch for my name. All the real niggas gonna vouch for my. Yeah, 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 yeah. If you ain't got more than 5 top 10s, then I don't wanna hear no chat about charting. You man are just starting. Coming like a young Chris Martin. Start swinging with my arms like Carlton. Start swinging with my arms like Anthony. All my niggas been charged, don't amp me. Have you missed in a bra and panty? If you see me in a dance, I'm anti. Quite frankly, heavyweight champion of the world. They wanna woo me from my belt. If you ever hear Stormzy caught a nail, no, I stood tall before I fell. There's a
Holy shit! Anyway, cool, that's push finished. How did you find that session?
pushy.
Very pushy.
It was very pushy.
Yeah.
Some raisy.
Yeah.
In multiple planes.
We raised a lot of issues in that session.
Raised me up.
You are gonna mountain. Anyway, guys. So, yeah. So that was a decent session. Obviously, I was trying to protect my elbow for a lot of it, so that's why I was doing some single arm stuff. But yeah, not too bad at all. I think by the time I get to my next push session, I should be able to be doing it as normal. So I think it's important when you've got a little bit of a niggle to just be mindful of it and not just rush yourself back into it, because then you just prolong your recovery, and then you'll get into a position where you could potentially cause long-term effects as well, where it's just going to stick with you for the rest of your training career, and that's something I really don't want to do, because I've only just started, really. But anyway, I was going so well. Oh, my fucking head. Just smashed my head. Right, okay, cool. The phone fell.
The phone fell.
The phone fell.
I look so small.
We've got Vicky treading water here. She barely breathe.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
Yes.
So, moving on swiftly. Just thought we'd do a little bit of coffee chat. No coffee at the moment.
No coffee.
We might get a coffee, depends. We're just running a bit late. But we're en route to Strom now. I'm gonna have.
Maybe we just hold it.
We're en route to Strom now. I'm going to get my bloods done. And yeah. Oh yeah? Cool. A lot of people don't get the bloods done who are assisted, and they don't know where their health is, and they're just putting random shit in them, and it's a little bit hit and miss, and then they wonder why they're fucked when they get into the later stages of their life. And it gives and that's where the stigma of, oh, you can't do fucking gear or else you'll die young. Yes, if you jab loads of shit and then you don't know where any of your health markers is. This will allow us to see where we are, if we can run a cycle safely, and what we're able to run essentially, and how long we're able to run it for. And it will also tell us if our cruise phase has been effective. So I think there's merit in doing bloods even if you're not assisted as well, because just little things of finding out where, it's good to know where your cholesterol is essentially. And there's a lot of people that don't fucking know that. I've become a lot more health conscious since actually going on cycle. Really, I've been doing my blood pressure, I've been having heart tests and shit like that, something I would never have known unless I went on cycle. So to people who aren't on cycle, I would say just still have the checks anyway, because it's your health at the end of the day.
Do have a look at your blood pressures and blood glucose and cholesterol levels and things like that, and especially if you are training in a gym, even as a natty, you will have some left ventricular heart hypertrophy. So that just basically means that you have overgrowth of the left-hand side of your muscle, of your heart muscle, because basically it is muscle, you're still going to hypertrophy. And that can cause some problems later on in life. So you can still have that as a natty, it is not just an assisted thing.
Yeah.
So do kind of take care of that at the same time.
Hashtag take care.
Hashtag take care. Get rubbed, guys!
Get rubbed. We are going to get rubbed in a sec, so we might film our rubbing. I'm not sure if we can upload that on YouTube. Might have to be an OnlyFans case, but...
Have we got an OnlyFans?
Let's
we should have an OnlyFans.
Yeah, let's make a joint OnlyFans.
A joint OnlyFans. Oh! Yeah, it must be a trend.
Whilst we're on trend, yeah. It'll go well. It'll go swimmingly.
Right, so we were talking about prep and prep life.
Yeah.
And what people are potentially overdoing and not doing enough of.
Yeah. And essentially, bodybuilding is a great teacher of many things, and moderation is one of them. You have to be quite moderate in prep. You can't just approach it with the thought of, I need to keep digging. A lot of people get into a position in regards to their condition where there is a dilemma. They've gotten into condition, perhaps they want more, they want to get a little bit leaner, but it might be at the detriment of the fullness of the physique, and retaining, muscle. So they have a decision to make. Do they push for more condition, or do they sit where they are and make sure performance is in a good place and make sure that the fullness stays around? And you see a lot of people carry on digging, and what this results in is the physique getting flatter. Yes, it may be a little leaner, but it also is a little bit watery because it's just been overworked. It's very tired. The physique is, and
stringy.
Yeah, they look stringy on stage, and they don't actually look more conditioned for it because there's no fullness. And a lot of people forget that fullness is a large part of condition. There's no point in trying to get as lean as you fucking can if you're flat as fuck, really. And this is something I see way too often, and even like notorious coaches still make these mistakes with clients. So if you are in a prep, or you think about doing a prep, it's always worth keeping this in mind. You can't just dig without the thought of, without considering that you might be losing muscle, you might be losing your fullness. You've got to be mindful. You might need to feed back up at sometimes. You just need to be making sure, because bodybuilding is a performance-based sport at the end of the day. And if your performance is not very good at the gym, then you lose muscle. So you need to make sure that the performance is the best it can be throughout the
It's the
contest.
best that it can be.
Can it be?
It's the best that it can be. Not cannabis, but can it be.
What about a canopy?
Or a canopy. But
Can I pee?
can you pee?
Probably. I don't know. I haven't
Not
tried.
in the car.
Why?
What?
It's too late, Vic.
Damn it.
I've already peed.
But yes, muscle is very, very, very expensive to keep on a skeletal frame. The only way that you are going to force it to remain there is by training fucking hard. and by training in multiple rep ranges. Now, if you are very tired because you have been digging and you are over dieting and you are struggling to get out of bed or walk around or get your steps in or whatever like that, how do you actually think that your performance, your intensity, your longevity in the gym, your sessions, how are they going to go? They're going to go more like a 30% as opposed to like a 95%. And if you want to keep that muscle on your skeletal frame, every single session has got to be given your 110% worth, because otherwise your muscle's just going to be like, okay, I'm going to fuck off now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be such a shame for everybody who has spent all of that time in an off season really digging and building that lean muscle tissue for it to literally just kind of like, you know, get atrophied in a very, very easy manner. So that's something that you do have to think about. And you also have to think about the word bodybuilding, because let's face it, it is bodybuilding. It's not a dieting contest. You know, it's not about who can get the leanest. And I saw it quite a lot in the FitX show where I was a judge. And there were so many women on stage who were just completely and utterly over dieted. And that was the feedback that I gave to them. You know, when they came out saying, what can I obviously improve? It's like, you need to stop fucking dieting. You should have stopped dieting about 6 weeks ago. And this is the problem when you get over dieted. You almost, if you're doing it by yourself, you have a skewed perception, because bodybuilding is skewed anyway. But if you say to your coach, you know, these are the things that I'm suffering with, and you've got like sunken eyes and you can see more bone than you can muscle on your arms, and it's more like skin and things like that, then you've gone too far too far.
Yeah. Your physique will just look watery, like I said, and just faded, and you will get to the point, you'll get past the point of no return. Like, once you'll get to a point where your physique will go flat and it will struggle to fill back up. So again, it's worth just being very, very mindful of this. You know, you're not supposed to be, yes, there is an element of suffering for condition, but again, there's moderation with this. You need to make sure, if you're at a position where you can barely fucking walk, like Vic said, barely get out of bed, then, and you know, yeah, you need to look at your physique seriously and think, is this amount of suffering benefiting or detrimenting my physique?
You're going to have dark days, obviously, but you're not there to suffer. You are not there to suffer to get on stage. Have dark days, yes.
It's not a suffering competition.
No. Nobody should suffer.
No. Anyway. How are we feeling? It's a fine day.
I want to go to that restaurant.
Shall we go for dinner?
Yeah, it's got spice. You don't want to eat.
I do want to eat. I want to eat. I don't want to eat, actually. But I do want to eat sometimes. I want to eat shit food.
Shit food, do you really?
Sometimes, yeah. But then it just makes me have bad toilet trips at the moment, so I can get away with sushi, maybe. Treat myself to a bit of sushi.
Sushi's nice.
It is nice. It is nice.
I like an Indian.
Do you? Mm-hmm. Are your type?
Maybe.
Could be.
A bit of a shashlik.
So there you go, guys.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. So if you fit the description, just go into her inbox.
If you can shashlik.
Just message her, she won't mind. You've got to go in instantly with a dick pic.
Fans only.
Yeah, so don't say hi. Or anything.
Just instant penis.
Instant penis. Because you need to get straight to it. You don't want to dilly-dally with the small talk. You're wasting time that way. That's fucking boring.
Okay, stop this now.
How are we?
Alright, so I've just had a big prick.
Wow, cool.
Big prick.
How does that feel?
Yeah, not as delightful as I thought a big prick would feel.
Really? Was it a bit too
Yeah, no.
rigorous?
He's very gentle. He's very gentle, to be perfectly honest with you. So this is the Hench project. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to basically have a look at all of my health markers, kidneys, livers, and stuff like that. But I'm going to go through some personal questions now, which obviously we're not going to put on the YouTube video, because certain things like training, eating, drinking can influence a lot of your health markers. As I have just explained that we trained this morning, and that is going to influence my kidney readings. So just things to take into account.
Yeah. Okay, so coincidentally, just like myself, Vic has come for the same reasons as myself. So we've both got our bloods done, and we're both gone to see the physiotherapist here at Strom to get our rectors and glutes sort of loosened up, because we both do have coincidentally identical lower back issues. So we're just trying to get some relief of the symptoms by just releasing these body parts.
How the fuck did that happen?
There's been an accident on the road where a guy has failed to flip his car. He's failed to flip.
Shit, man.
So we've just finished our visit at the Strom,
And we are now at Sitch Lane.
Yes. We're at Sitch Lane now.
Sitch Lane.
We've got...
What a name. Where actually, that's a good thing. Answers on a postcard or answers below the video. Where do street names come from?
I don't know.
Who makes them up?
Do you know what? I live next to quite close to a Coming Street.
A Cumming Street.
Yeah. I'm coming in the gym.
I'm
coming at home.
Come to the chopper.
I'm coming to the chopper. I'm coming. Yeah.
Anyway, so we've just finished up with all things Strom.
Yeah, we've finished Strom. We've both been rubbed.
You've both been rubbed.
And pricked.
And pricked. Yeah, my prick was bigger than yours. Look at that bruise.
I haven't unveiled mine. I actually can't get it out. It's stuck to me. I'm now stuck with a plaster for the rest. This is my mark for the rest of my life. I'll be competing with a plaster on.
In 2023.
2023. The plaster.
So that's after the next competition.
Yeah.
It's still going to be there.
I'll be in 2040. Still plastered.
Still plastered.
Yeah. So we've been seeing. We're feeling a lot looser. And yeah, so the blood results should come back in the next week or so. And yeah, it was a good time. So we're just heading home.
Hey, hang on a minute. Did you have a burger?
I also had a burger, yeah. So Rich, who owns Strom, came in and he was throwing burgers at people, and I was in the line of fire, which I'm very glad to be.
Twice.
Twice, yeah.
He was in the line of fire twice.
It was so nice, I had to do it twice.
And I didn't get any because celiac. And celiac sucks balls.
Yeah.
No, not like celiac sucks balls.
She sucks balls.
Being a celiac.
So, again,
oh no.
Remember, go in with a picture and nothing else. She doesn't do small talk.
Only small.
She likes the balls as well, though. She's like...
Would you stop it? Oh, that has to be a bleeper.
So, where are we now? Where are we going?
Oh, by farm traffic. Well, I'm just going to go
by
take
farm
you home.
traffic. Are we by farm traffic?
Apparently.
We got all this farm traffic. Slow down.
Oh dear. Anyway, so I'm basically just going to take you home, make sure that you are settled off, walk you to the door, you know, all that nice thing that people do when they go out for a day trip together, and then I'm going to go home myself and probably walk my dog
and answer all the dick pics. Update the OnlyFans. You know.
Oh yeah, OnlyFans. Answers on a postcard. Should we have an OnlyFans now?
Shit.
Oh.
So that is it for the video. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you want to subscribe, if you haven't already, do that. And yeah, have a bit of a comment and all that jazz. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Pretty exhausting your triceps.